Did you ask?
What? I did all of them.
You did all of them.
Oh my God.
Good.
Oh.
Good.
great.
Good. Thank you,
Oh,
Gigi.
Oh, you're welcome.
Now when we're in New York,
I found out how to
what is the name of what addresses did you used to live in New York?
In New York, I lived on Morton Street, and I still remember it was 1012 Morton Street. Then where I was born, it was 210 West 10th Street on the corner. Didn't you take a picture of that house?
We'll look for 210 West 10th Street.
210, it's on the corner,
Okay.
on the corner.
And you lived there till you were how old? Do you remember?
I was, let me see, I was, I must have been 4, because at that time, we went to California. We went by train. And we had to bring our own food because the trains in those days, the olden days, they didn't have any dining car. Anyhow, the train that we took didn't have a dining car. Maybe the others did. So we had my aunt and my mother, my grandmother, the 3 of them, they came with just me. My mother was pregnant with my brother. So we went by train and we had to bring all our food for the whole trip. It took 5 days to get there.
What would you bring? What type of food would you
Well, they
bring?
took like salami,
Oh.
cheese, things that didn't no perishables. The cheese and salami
And how much one?
and what else would you take? Olives, things that
Keep
didn't
them.
need refrigeration.
How long did you stay in California?
We stayed just a year.
That whole trip?
Well,
And just
yeah, because my father and my uncle couldn't find work here. They thought that if they went to California, they might find work there. I don't remember what they did. But you know what my uncle and my father used to do? They had a gondola, in Venice, so they had the gondolas where the people stand up and push the car. And they were the gondoliers.
wow.
And they went, when they had the Chicago World's Fair, the 2 of them were hired to be gondoliers. They had an area where they looked like feathers, and they had the gondola.
Oh, that's neat.
They did that.
So then, when you came back to New York, where did you live? Is that when you lived?
When we came back from New York, I think we went back to the same building because we used to live on the 6th floor when I was born. Then when I came back, we lived on the 2nd floor.
Okay.
So I think we lived in the same building. And then later on Morton Street. Are you familiar with Morton?
Sure.
And it was there.
Is it better to be on the 6th or the 2nd floor?
Well, they had no elevator.
Right. 6 floors, imagine that, Jack?
Walk up. Imagine if you went shopping for
I ran
food.
until I walked up and down 34 floors.
That's right.
Unless you use the dumbwaiter. You know what they used to use the dumbwaiter to carry away the garbage and all that stuff. Oh, terrible. You wouldn't want to put your food there.
Jack, do you have any other questions?
Nope.
Let's say thank you to Gigi.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thanks, Gigi.
Take a picture of me playing the piano.
Are you still taping?
Yes.
How old are you?
2.5.
2.5. When Jill
Daddy,
was
want
2
to know something
years,
funny? Hippo was looking and grabbing at the goldfish, and then Mom, we asked, "Do you ever stop eating?" And I looked at her like, "What?"
No, she shook her head. What were you saying?
when Jill was 2 years old, and somebody would ask her how old she was 2 years old.
2 years.
2 years.
What's wedding golf with?
Tipping goldfish. Gigi, did you have lots of ice cream when you were little?
Did I do what?
Did you have lots of ice cream when you? How'd they do ice cream?
You know what? If we had wanted to buy ice cream to take home, we'd have to bring our own bowl to the store. Then they would, I don't know what, they covered it with something. It wasn't wax paper because I don't think it is. But we'd bring a glass, like a glass bowl, and they would put the ice cream in there. Otherwise, they didn't have containers like they have, you know.
How about like chickens and things like that? Did you guys ever do like pick up the live chickens and
Oh, live chickens, yes. We'd have to pluck them ourselves.
Jack?
That's
Could you
it.
imagine bringing home a chicken, like a chicken dinner, and having a chicken?
Having to take out the feathers.
Then you'd have to keep it a couple of days, though. It had to season. You couldn't eat a chicken, a live chicken right away.
What'd you do with the feathers in an apartment? Because you lived in an apartment,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And the feathers are all there.
Okay, my grandmother would keep the feathers for pillows,
For pillows.
to make a pillow with the feathers. So we would stick all the feathers in the pillowcase.
Wow. And just chickens, or was there any other, like, you didn't do that with any other animals, or ducks and rabbits and that too? Or
No, but my mother, who came from Venice, likes fish a lot. And one of the things she liked a lot was the eel.
Hmm.
So she would buy the eel alive.
Okay.
And in order to kill it, she
Dad?
would hit the head of the fish on the counter, stun it, you know,
That sounds like fun.
and cut it up. And then she put the fish, if she wanted to fry it, put it in, it would still wiggle.
That sounds good. Does that sound like fun, Jack?
Kinda.
Kind of. Did they have fish? Was the fish like on the shore, like you would have in Venice, or there would be just like fishmongers and fish?
Fishmonger, yeah. And then at Christmas time, they would have this great big eel called Capitan. But in order to eat that fish, you had to purge it, put it in water,
Okay.
in a basin, in a container, and change the water, and the fish would clean itself out that way.
Oh.
Then we would change the water and keep it for about a week. Well, my brother and I got so attached to that fish. Don't kill it! Don't! It was a pet.
It was a pet. How big did they get? I mean,
Oh,
just
that great big, the eel got big, those fish got big.
Watch out for the baby.
what do they taste like?
Snakes.
Snakes.
Fishing for goldfish down there at the beach.
My crew's getting a little crazy. Do you remember what you used to do on Christmas time? Like, would you always get trees, or is that a new?
We had an artificial tree.
Uh-huh.
And we used to put real little candles on it. I'm surprised that doesn't burn.
Was it made out of metal, your tree? What was your tree made out of?
I don't know what it was made of, but it was artificial and with real candles. Imagine
Wow.
many
Even a farm.
many a person would throw the tree out the window because it would catch no fire.
I mean, once it goes on fire, they throw it out with it on fire.
Out the window.
Look out below.
There's a
Wow.
flaming Christmas tree crashing to the ground.
Oh, we had those. Nothing like today.
Is there any particular like Christmas memory or Christmas morning that just stands out in your mind?
Yes, it's the morning that when I received a muff for
A
my
muff?
for my Christmas present, I thought that was the greatest thing to do. A muff.
Put your hands
It
in.
had a little a little purse in at the time. You did. Oh, I thought that was the greatest.
I got one when I was a little girl for Christmas
Yeah.
too, and it was. I remember
Then
that
they
also.
had something you put around your neck,
Piano.
kept your hands nice and warm.
Oh, neat.
A muff.
Enough.
You know, Kim, I don't remember seeing muffs now.
No.
What happened? What happened?